motivation. He's like, Mike, motivation really boils down to a carrot and a stick. The carrot is the reward, and the stick. And I'm laying on the couch, and I'm just like, yeah, carrot and stick. Smash cut to, I'm training somebody. It's a tight shot, and I'm like, you sure you can't do that? You know, that last sprint. Positive about that. And then I was like, motivation is about carrots and sticks. And then I have like 3 bikini models with like chocolates and rewards on this side. And then I have
chocolate and champagne.
canines with you know, the teeth when they put they put not chrome, galvanized steel for to
Mike Andreula, he'll rock your world. Now, here's Mike Andreula.
Michael Andreula here, rocking. Get it, Max. I think that I was reading about a psychological experiment called the Monster Study, and this was in 1939, I believe. It was one of the major colleges, and they had taken orphans, and they split them into 2 groups. One group, they praised them about how quickly they were able to learn and pronounce words. They were trying to see if they could make them stutter. And what happened was, it's pretty obvious, I don't know why they need to study this, but the kids that they were yelling at every time they said a word, they developed a stutter. So they were happy because they were able to, but what happened was the kids had lifelong stutters because of this experiment. So I think at some point when I was little, that probably a lot of negative reinforcement when I tried to say particular words. Or I just can't hear myself. I'm sorry, I'm pronouncing people's names incorrectly.
Say it, WISSING. It's easy.
WISSING. WISSING.
See?
It's not like
a child can say it. My son can say it. He's 3.5.
I think it might have been from your home state. So you're from Indiana.
That's true.
Okay, you were in Johnny Sacco.
That's true.
And I knew about Johnny Sacco before I even knew you or anything else, because
I'm sorry.
I like Full Trucker no, I like the music. It's ska. It's Full Trucker Effect is great. Bitch Stole My Hat, fantastic song, classic, I would say. I thought the Beatles wrote it, but then apparently
it's a song that will never die.
what other talk to us, Dylan, because you're such a really great person, but you're in a band. Did you guys just do so many bad things that you're like,
right,
I better be
those two are incompatible with each
honestly
other.
But in an era where bands were just smashing hotel rooms and just doing all types of heinous things, Johnny Sacco, at least you're part of it. What can you bring us back? Because I know you think it's boring, but it's pretty interesting to me because I was listening to it way before became mainstream, I think.
Well, I was always the grown-up in the band, sort of.
Okay.
Somebody had to be. But there was a long stint in the band where a big part of the show every single night was the lead singer would eat vomit. That lasted for close to a year.
This is called commitment, guys. Okay, do you want to be in a band or not? Because if you can't eat vomit,
right,
that's going to get
every night on cue.
Wow, this guy, and what was his name? Can we give him credit?
No.
Okay.
No.
We won't. It's
We're
Marilyn
not naming
Manson.
names.
But let's even, before this, because this is super interesting and compelling, before even this happened, and you can't see the picture here, but we'll cut away to it. Music has been in your family as far back as even, was it before your grandfather? Do you know what
My great-grandfather was a drummer and songwriter.
So your great-grandfather was a drummer and songwriter in America, or?
In Vincennes, Indiana. Way back in the day. Back when that town had more to offer than crystal meth.
Oh, right. And what was his name?
Clarence Stout.
Clarence Stout. That sounds like a black man.
No, but he worked with a lot of black artists back in the day.
No, Clarence Stout sounds like a jazz guy that maybe shares that name. I'm just throwing that out there. Is there a Clarence Stout from jazz? Well, we'll
I'm
find
sure
out
there
if we
is.
had
Well,
Google. I'm going to
yeah.
assume my
Check with
facts
the
are
producers.
correct.
I'm going to assume they are too.
So your great grandfather, and who knows, even before then, do you believe that it was
Somebody. Oh yeah.
just music is in the DNA
We like to hit things and make a lot of noise.
and percussion,
Percussion.
percussion,
Percussion.
percussion,
We like percussion too. Yeah.
percussion. How do you say it?
Percussion.
Percussion. Am I saying it correctly?
Sure.
Okay, good. Anyway, we'll cut that out, Dylan. Maybe not. So you go back. It's in the blood.
Keep it real, Mike.
Your grandfather was also
No, it skipped 2 generations.
skipped 2 generations.
Yep.
Okay, but your grandfather owned the printing press.
Yeah. There were printers and or sold high-end printing equipment. My parents became printers.
And he also ran an ice factory, or not an ice factory, no, ice storage,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool. So that they were, you don't think that's cool?
Oh, it was crazy cool, but it's an industry that doesn't exist where they would cut chunks of ice out of the river and store it in a huge warehouse for the
Like
summer.
that idea.
You know, great idea until refrigerators come in.
Yeah, well, you gotta get a lobby going, Dylan. What was he thinking? Should have been saying, listen, these refrigerators will radiate your food and
Right.
kill people. Then ice would have been still around, more quaint. Then that brings you to your father, who's a journalist, and we have to get him on.
All right, next time he's out.
He's been to Afghanistan. He's been all over. Your mother, she's
She's
back in
retired. She
India.
was in not-for-profit for a long time.
non-profit. So you basically have a rich cultural background. I'm compared to people that were like laborers and probably brick masons in my family line. So I'm saying a lot of culture. You get into drumming when?
I was banging on pots and pans when I was
So
an infant.
basically Max's age.
Yeah,
even
absolutely.
before then.
Absolutely.
And then you just are doing it continuously. Then you say, I'm going to get into a band. Is that how it works?
Yeah, I did school band and lived out in the middle of nowhere in southern Indiana, and had to practice in a barn with no electricity, lots of wasps. I had to dodge
barn.
wasps around your head to try to practice drums.
That's a good place to learn drums, though.
No, you know, it got me somewhere.
Because if you put it in the Hoboken apartment, Max is going to...
I've heard my neighbor do it sometimes, and it's very obnoxious.
Yeah. Your neighbor?
Yeah, do you remember the guy across the courtyard? There was a guy who had a set of drums.
Oh, yeah. I forget about
Yeah,
that.
that was obnoxious. Don't be that guy.
It wasn't tight.
No, it wasn't.
Then that brings you to, when do you meet Dana, your wife?
We met in college. We
College.
dated, and we were both in the Indiana University School of Music.
And she's an incredible musician as well.
She gave music up after college, which breaks my heart. But that's what an academic music education does to you. I think if you love music and you go into academics, you might not love it so much at the end.
Wow. Well, she still sings, though, to Max and stuff, no?
Yeah. She started
Wish
singing to
her.
Max.
We need the theme song. Boom. You're at this point, you're laying down tracks for multiple artists: Drake, Alicia Keys, Jay-Z, Kanye West. Fantastic. Does it feel satisfying? When was the best point for at least your drumming career? Is it now?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
this is more fun.
It's really cool. It's nice to be able to come to work, drop my son off at school, record during the day, go home at night. I was on the road for a million years, and it was fun when I was younger. Forget that.
Yeah, but what about when you go to like Europe?
Oh, here and there. It's I pay other prices going to Europe now at this point. So.
But it's more fun though.
It's fun, but I miss my family.
The Europeans embrace the music more.
Oh yeah. Oh man, it's such a better scene touring as an artist in Europe than it is in the States. In the States, you're the hired help, and you're not wanted. In Europe, they treat you like an artist. It's cool.
I like those Europeans.
Oh,
We were mentioning this before on just watching Anthony Bourdain's show, and that watching that show gets me so inspired, and just being in Spain, and it's all about the wine and how everything, the Sicily special, everything on the table is made right in their farm. You don't need that much. Each dish has 2 or 3 ingredients, and they're putting so many man hours into it. There's no way they have another job.
Oh yeah.
There's no other skill set. So the priorities are fantastic. And
We would go to Italy and do sound check, and then they'd say, "Okay, now it's time for dinner," and they would right in front of the stage, put out a table, put out a tablecloth, set the table. Somebody's mom had been cooking all day. All the bands, all the crew would all sit down for a 2-hour meal before the show started. It was the greatest thing in the universe. In America, you're lucky if you could get half price off the burger and fries from the bar. And otherwise, fuck you. So.
And well, what are you gonna do? I complain about it. I see the good and the bad. I can't go to Walmart there and buy anything. And so in Costa Rica, I love Costa Rica, but they don't have the particular food culture that the Europeans have created, especially in some of the mixed, like Italy and Spain in particular, seem to have just a little bit higher level. No offense to France, but
they figured it out in
they
France.
did.
Too.
They don't have house wine, Dylan. Maybe it's just Paris.
Yeah, they do.
They didn't give me. Basically, in Italy, they were insisting I drink wine for nothing, $1.
Right.
You could in Venice, one of the most expensive cities there. If you took your muscle milk protein powder container to the wine shop, they fill it up with their wine for $1. But a Coca-Cola costs $5. So
they have their priorities in order.
Yeah.
I think that's what's going on.
So, but we went to Paris. They didn't have that. They had amazing food in Paris. Christy says no, but it was good. Fondue. Are you kidding me? Just a giant pot of cheese boiling for me. That was incredible. Fantastic. About the reboot camps, we were planning on maybe doing a reboot camp local.
Where, in Hoboken?
No, that's not a reboot camp.
You said local.
Well, local, not another continent in America.
Oh, where?
I don't know. There's lots of places. Anywhere you want to go. You've been all over the country. Talk to us about the country.
North Dakota is the strangest place I've been yet.
Really? Why is that?
It's parts of it are gorgeous and beautiful in this really weird, desolate kind of way, and the parts of it look like Mordor for all this natural gas. It's crazy.
Wait, what language? Mordor?
From Lord of the Rings.
Which one's Mordor?
That's where the bad guy lives.
That's where the little guys are making stuff and.
Well, no, Mordor is where the Sauron, the evil eye guy.
Oh, okay.
So
that's what it looks like in North Dakota.
Yeah, it's crazy. All this natural gas where there's nothing but open space, so they just put up these massive factories that are constantly shooting fire out every orifice. It's weird.
That's smart. It's good. It's good to city plan. That's also, well, I guess you should just hide that. Newark, New Jersey. What are we doing? The Turnpike could be something beautiful. It is literally, it would be like if I'm going to sell you my house, but I'm going to show you like the worst part. I'm going to take you through a corridor of problems. Fire pits, oil tanks.
See, I kind of like it. I'm from Indiana. We have nothing but farms and fields there, but
yeah, but I'm saying Newark in particular. The Turnpikes.
I don't know. It's an interesting shot. I don't know.
This is great though.
I didn't grow up with it. I think it's interesting.
Yeah, maybe Mad Max would be interesting too. But I mean, do you really want to have that dude with the ponytail and the guy sitting on the back with the?
That's true.
That's what it reminds me of. But maybe I'm wrong. Christy's cousin Billy moved right there.
Where?
Right in between the two oil things that says Hess and like Sunoco. He's a chemical engineer.
And he moved there on purpose?
Yeah, he likes it.
He works at Merck, and it's a quick commute.
He lives. They built a condo. I'm like, where are you living? What?
I didn't know they had houses.
There's Hess owns the one oil deposit. Another company owns the other.
Right.
His is in the middle. It does have a water line, literally, because there's just tankers.
Right.
Everybody likes it.
Is it a house?
He's very about efficiency, Billy.
Yeah.
No, it's what are those called?
Condo?
Townhouse. Billy would miss you. Powerlifting's into that. He's a maniac. He went to Bucknell. He would go to powerlifting competitions in prison. That's where they hold him. I'm like, you really think you're going to beat a prisoner in a powerlifting competition? Are you out of your mind?
How do you do?
I don't know, but I would imagine you didn't do too well. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
If I ever went to prison, I would say, okay, I'm becoming a bodybuilder right now and working out from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Maybe do a little bit of arts and crafts.
Study.
I'll read. I'll be like Malcolm X. I'll have to start over from the get-go.
There you go.
I love Malcolm X, by the way.
I do too.
Fantastic.
But his autobiography. Very impressive.
Really?
Yeah.
I like
Everyone should.
I like his interviews right before he actually got killed. And he's like, listen, they're going to kill me. Because he came back from, you obviously know. It's like, there's no way they're going to allow this. I don't want to even say that because we're probably going to get attacked now. Anyway, Dylan,
Yes.
talk to us about 2014, the end of it. What are we doing here? What are you doing here?
I'm shooting a shit ton of videos.
And I love this idea. So you are putting together, I love online. I learn so much. Everything I ever wanted to know is at my fingertips. It's amazing. Why even learn anything? Because I'll just learn it when I need it. So if I want to learn music, I used to have to take a train to Millburn, New Jersey, to learn guitar.
Right.
So it would be 45 minutes there, 45 minutes back. It really was inconvenient. Maybe I would have been progressing much faster had I had the internet.
But nobody in Hoboken went to the city?
I don't like the city. It's not for me.
It's interesting.
Too many people.
I find that interesting that there's this huge dividing line called the river.
Yeah.
That from old school Hoboken people.
Yeah, I call the city people bridge and tunnelers. They call us bridge and tunnelers. Like, you guys are bridge and tunnelers coming over here, stand on the cake boss line. What's wrong with you?
My friend used to teach in Secaucus. He said there were kids there who their parents had never been in New York City and they grew up in Secaucus their whole life. That's fascinating.
It's good, Dylan. I feel like there's too much pressure. You go to New York, you have to be mentally, like when we would go with my father, it was a time where New York City was, he's walking with 4 kids in the street, somebody's offering him mushrooms.
Right.
It's like, what?
The good old days.
That was happening all the time. You know, watch out, there's going to be scam artists, people are going to, so when I go there, I have increased, and I'm always very vigilant.
Right.
So if I'm in a room, I'm looking around, seeing what's going on. It helps me in ways, doesn't help me. New York City, it's just like I'm basically like the NSA. I'm just looking at everybody, trying to figure out who I need to karate chop, or is this the day where I have to like tackle somebody so they don't hit the plunger? That's a higher pressure situation.
I understand.
Millburn, New Jersey, it was more about, I wanted to learn fast, so I wanted to learn guitar tab. The instructors in Hoboken refused to do that, the guitar bar.
Okay.
And I knew that it was going to take me so long to learn the music notes because I didn't even know what the hell it was. So, guitar tab I could learn tomorrow.
Right.
So I went to Millburn.
All right.
It was good. I learned a lot of stuff. I
a lovely
practiced.
town.
He was like, practice 6 hours a day. Wrote it in my book. I didn't practice 6, but I got extremely good by doing 4 or 5, like pushing it. This guy was like, you got all day long practice.
Can't practice 4 minutes a day.
What?
I never practice. I hate practicing.
What are you talking about? Don't say
So
that to
boring.
the kids.
I'm sorry,
You ain't
kids.
practicing.
Practice.
You're selling online.
I guess you have to practice sometimes, but
What do you mean? So
I just
you,
want to play music. Practicing is boring.
whoa, this is amazing. So if you were, are you implementing that into like, so scales for
Yeah.
guitars?
They're good.
Do the scales? It's not that I hated doing it. It was just like I would rather play a song and learn that way.
Right.
So is it all styles? Is it the art of learning that is individualized?
Yeah, I mean, my videos are much more. Here's a song, and you're going to learn some stuff by learning this song, as
I
opposed to.
like that. That's how my style is, and I think a lot of musicians probably they like to jump in and get into it. No.
Right. Yeah, I mean, and maybe mine's a reaction to having gone to an academic music school where I almost hated music.
I love that.
That's why I did
I love
music
that.
school dropout.
I like to take down. I'm such an anarchist, though. I want all those places taken down for some reason. But as soon as you take it down, then this philosophy will build up. It might be just true. I think the guy's name is Josh Wozniak. You guys ever hear of this? Kristen, he was based on Bobby searching for the next Bobby Fischer.
Right.
They did the book, then the movie. His father wrote the book. So he was playing chess when he was little. Then he did Tai Chi, which he talks about, which is not. Now he does Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with the top Marcelo Garcia, who's in New York. He's the best. He's a little guy. He beats everybody. He broadcasts it all online. If you're going to fight him, he puts his training, he videotapes his entire training session and puts it on every day for you to watch. And his philosophy is, if you're watching my videos and learning my game, then you're entering my system, and I'll always beat you at my system. He was one of the most open, and I think it's probably not Wozniak, so I'm going to call him Josh. He wrote a book called The Art of Learning, which is basically how different people learn and how to create an environment for them to learn. And he's got a very different brain than, say, like somebody else I follow, Tim Ferriss. Tim Ferriss is, here's 5 points, do this in scientific method, and like broken out charts. And Josh is the polar opposite. His brain doesn't think like that. He would try to create chaos on a chessboard, because then his opponents would be confused. There's no order to his movements. And then he would try to find particular harmonies that were working where nobody, and in my kickboxing class I try to do that. Complete chaos. And then try to find your rhythm, be comfortable in chaos. So maybe it's learning styles, or maybe it's...
Yeah. I mean, yeah, everyone's different. You gotta find what works for you. I don't like the scientific thing, which is why I don't like to practice. I just want to play
different
music.
folks, different strokes.
Right.
My friend Billy
There
used
you
to
go.
say.
That's...
I don't know if he came up with
Well,
that.
the man's
I
got a
that,
point.
though. Yeah, it's like that's why we need different people.
Right.
But a lot of different topics that we get into on this. Before, I know we're detracting from drums, but this is one big tangent. When we get into nutrition, when the scientific linear brains get in power, there's no changing their minds.
Right.
So they won't look at it from a radical standpoint. But if you're really scientific, then you have to test the assumptions, and you have to be able to prove it.
As long as Scotch is on the list, I'm okay with whatever science
What all
you got.
that stuff is, Scotch, the science of Scotch. So, what is the science behind drums? You have all these things in here, and I want to ask you about them, like these artifacts. I mean, is that from the Roman Empire? There's a CD player in here. There's a cassette deck. There's a tube tester.
Yeah. I like old crap.
Old crap.
I don't know. I wanted to be a graphic designer when I was a kid.
Really?
I love graphic design. That was actually my first love, but I'm colorblind, so that's kind of a handicap for.
Black and white stuff. You can do cartoons. So.
Yeah, but still, it's so I'm sort of helpless there. So I ended up banging on things and making noise, and it's worked out pretty well.
I like the stuff. Now you got an absolute wonderful son. He looks like he's taken on in your footsteps.
That's my biggest fear, and I think it's coming true. Daddy, I want to be a drummer.
I think if you get him going where he can make a lot of bank early on, like the kid from The Sixth Sense. Remember that movie? Does anybody know his name?
No.
Yeah, now he's reemerged. And he didn't lose his mind. He didn't go on benders.
Yeah, see, my biggest fear is he's going to be like Justin Bieber or whoever that idiot is. I mean, that's why, stay in accounting, son. That's
No.
safe.
But Justin Bieber, come on, that's good, Dylan. Please, how much cash money that? Of course, he's 19.
Yeah, but he's a star-craving idiot.
Who's his girlfriend? Selena Gomez? Come on.
I don't know.
Come on. You're gonna deprive that of Max?
Yes.
You're gonna deprive the future Selena Gomez.
He's going to be a tax attorney.
Now you're saying this on.
Yes.
All right, Max.
Live
so
on
when you're
international
watching this
television.
on like your Google Retina, that you're gonna get. I'm sorry. You're an accountant. Your father made this decision. I try to influence you. You could have had whoever else is maybe the third generation of Paris Hilton as his wife, Kim Kardashian, in the future. But what I'm saying, what were we just talking about?
I have no idea.
I have no idea either. Max, he wants to be a conductor. I'm afraid, though, we're not going to have trains like that.
I think he's right.
He's not going to like trains.
Well, yeah, and I don't think there will be conductors on trains. I think they'll be automated by then. So he's going to have to invent a new train system.
What about this politician? He's still going to get the rock star because Max.
But they don't be corrupt, like all Jersey politicians, aren't they?
Maybe he could change the system, though.
Maybe he could. He could
Are they
work from
corrupt,
within.
or is the whole? Well, I don't think New Jersey particularly corrupt. It's as corrupt as everywhere, and there's no
I
incentive.
think it's slightly more corrupt.
maybe
than
maybe
other
slightly
places.
more corrupt. Okay, just a little bit.
This, speaking as an outsider.
What other? There's some states where the culture is different, where they're trying to, but they're much smaller, where
True.
it's more in control. As soon as you put big numbers of people together, it's
Right. Big piles
Washington, big piles of money. There's no incentive for the politicians not to take the money. You can't get reelected if you don't take the money.
True.
They repealed campaign finance, so
Right.
now I can donate to unlimited campaigns across the country. That means I can control larger sections.
Right.
Even that's it. When Barack Obama becomes president, he still needs the Democrats to back him. So if I go ahead and buy up all the Democrats on that side, and then he goes against me, I can shut him down pretty easily. And if I was that's what business people do.
Right. Yeah, I got to figure out how to do that in the drum industry.
You need
How can I corrupt the entire drum track industry?
The whole drum track industry. I don't know about that though. You need to. You
Wouldn't take that much money.
No, we need a ton of money.
Not like politics.
No, you do, because you need them to put a law out that makes sure that you need to get a certification from your
Right. If your tracks, yeah. If you
from
want
this.
right, you have to.
And-
You have the triple colossal seal of approval, which is expensive and rare unless you.
And then that's how you do it.
I like it.
You know.
I've heard a lot from Jersey, actually.
Yeah. See. Well. Yeah. I don't. Hopefully that's bad. That's not good.
Well, Indiana's a
I was
simple
saying
place.
Max because he remembers first everybody's name. He's highly intelligent, and he could probably just based on understanding people's names. That's such a powerful tool in politics.
Yeah.
And then he could just make
He's
whatever.
the best personal assistant I ever had. I'm terrible with names, but he knows everything. He knows his colors, so he can tell me what color things are.
You know how amazing it is that he understands and the dinosaurs' names. He's way too young to even be able to pronounce these multiple syllable.
I don't know. I think 3.5-year-olds they'd surprise you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's
He's not
been
the only
wonderful having a son.
Yes, it's been great. It's been great. I have no complaints.
Cool. And the library, when are we projecting it to be done, where I can take online classes for drums? Is that gonna come out
Projected
first?
September.
September.
We'll see. There's a lot that needs to happen between now and then.
Okay.
But
not a
it'll be
problem.
cool.
I think the idea is fantastic. I love coming in here. I love the energy. So
Cool.
pushing.
Thanks for coming.
believing.
Keep the podcast coming. The
Yep.
people need it.
Do you have anything, maybe anything you want to say for indie studio drummers or people that say 50 Cent needs something, or
Yeah, 50 Cent needs something.
Drake
Call me. You
or
know, I'm in the phone book.
Neo?
The yellow pages.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
pages
On
at
the
all.
website, web pages.
Well, I'm saying no. If you're Alicia Keys and you're watching this, or you're Drake,
I'm sure they are.
yeah.
I mean, they've made it. They got nothing else to
You
do.
guys don't see the platinum hanging up, but I'm saying if you guys want to get some stuff going, we could collaborate.
Yeah, call us. Mike and I, we work as a team together. We'll do all your drum tracks, all your music needs. We got you covered.
All right. Bye for now, guys. Keep on supporting it, like it, share it, or don't. I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Comment. Don't comment. We'll probably close
please.
that comment.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to answer it back.
Yeah, or delete it, whatever.
Yeah. And we're building it up. We're building up the family. So the early adopters, the first 100, 200 people, we should really give them something.
Yeah, like a canvas tote bag or something.
Yeah, like a swag bag full of
Crap.
crap from IKEA.
Yeah. there you
Okay,
go.
so if you sign up, you leave your email, we'll send you a bag full of crap from IKEA. All right. IKEA actually, they have some really good.
This whole studio is IKEA. Have you noticed?
is it?
Well, part of it.
Their outdoor furniture is tight.
Really?
It's ridiculous.
The Billy bookshelf system. Hello, have you?
Yeah. Who does that? The Swedish?
Think so. Yeah.
Keep it up, guys. We're enjoying it back here.
Yeah.
All right. Peace out, Dylan. We'll get you out. Kristen, let's hop on in. Thank you very
Thanks.
much, Dylan.